Now, in my last video, I said I was going to be talking about Trump and his support for Kim Klacik and Laura Loomer, but I'm going to be talking about this first because I think it's something that I need to talk about. I said I was going to call it a day, but I think that after everything that's going on, I think it needs to be talked about because one of the things that the left has been advocating for literally in the last 2 months, the death of George Floyd, is the abolishment of police. And this again, this video is going to be talking about how the left wants to escalate things beyond proportions. Now, here's the thing. When George Floyd died, what was the first thing Black Lives Matter was demanding? Defund the police, right? Take money away from the cops. And then eventually, they said, well, people support this, some people support this, so we're going to go a little bit further. And then they're going to say, we're going to abolish the police. Minneapolis already voted to abolish the police. So it went from defunding the police to abolish the police. Now, some of you might have thinking, oh, well, it can't get any worse than that, right? Well, I question, I did not believe it will stop there because knowing the left, they like to go further and further. So we went from defunding the police to abolishing the police. So how far can we go then, how much further can we go after we abolish the police? Well, now apparently Black Lives Matter, aka Black Lives Mafia, aka Antifa, whatever you want to call them at this point, because, let's face it, they're not fighting for the betterment of black lives. Black Lives Matter has now advocating for the total abolition of the prison system. That's right, they want to abolish prisons now. I'm not surprised at all. Because knowing how the leftists are, you give them an inch, they will take a mile. It will never be enough for these people. You defund the police. They get mad saying, how can you not defund them entirely? Abolish the police. That's not enough. Defunding is not enough. We need to abolish them. And then once you abolish them, what's next? Well, we can't just abolish the police because what about the prisoners they arrested? We need to abolish the prison system as well. It's insane, man. Portland, the people of Portland, if you're living in Portland right now, or in Seattle, or any of these cities where they defunded the police, or for matters worse, they've abolished the police, come November, you have one choice, and you will not be given another choice. Not because of me, don't take it as a threat, but because if you fail to stop these people, sorry, I just drank some water. Sorry. But anyways, what I'm saying is, if you're living in these cities, LA, Oakland, Portland, Seattle, anywhere where cities are literally ravaged by riots on a daily basis at this point because of the whole Black Lives Matter thing, come November, you have one choice. And then once you make that choice, make sure it's the correct one. Because after you make that choice, and if it turns out to be the wrong one, you will not be given a second chance. You won't be given another redo. Because it's clear that these leftists only care about one thing, and that is power. So I'll tell you this again. If you're living in Portland, if you're living in Seattle, if you're living in Chicago, and you vote for people that support defunding the police, you get what you deserve, man. You do. I know it sounds cruel, but you get what you deserve. This could be the last chance for many of the people in these cities to change them and save them. Redeem them from the chaos. Come November. I don't know if Ted Wheeler is actually being nominated, but the point is, come November, in Portland, Seattle, Chicago, if you have city council members who are advocating in support of Black Lives Matter, and you vote for these people, you get what you deserve, man. And you won't get another redo. You deserve what you get. Because it's clear that these leftists are not going to stop. I know they weren't going to stop at abolishing the police, because I know how they are. You give them an inch and they will take a mile. First, just say defund the police. Oh, that's not enough. We need to get rid of them entirely. If we get rid of them entirely, well, that's not enough because we need to get rid of the prison system as well. I'm sorry, man. There's a reason why I don't support this movement. Not only because of their tactics, because they are destroying neighborhoods and literally attacking innocent people, but they're also advocating for stuff that I cannot support. Now, granted, I'm not gonna say all cops are good. There are some bad cops. Just like there's bad people in every profession. There's bad teachers. There's bad cops. There's bad pilots. Every single job, every single profession has a bad person in that profession. It doesn't mean we villainize all of them, right? You don't see me vilifying all the teachers in the country because of some bad teachers that I had to deal with in high school. No. I recognize there's some good teachers, and I strive to be like those good teachers. I strive to support the good teachers who actually care about doing their job in a very, very safe and not to mention adequate manner. I care about teachers who actually care about teaching their students and not just there for the paycheck. But I don't know, man. Portland, the ball's in your court. You can choose to support Black Lives Matter in politicians, right? You can choose to vote for politicians who openly support Black Lives Matter and the destruction of your city, or you can vote for someone else, someone who is saying, I will fight for law and order. I will fight for your safety. I will fight to keep your neighborhood safe from these terrorists, because that's what they are. I don't know, man. Portland, in my opinion, it's a lost cause. It's a lost cause for me. But again, some people think it's redeemable. But only November, time will tell. If many of the politicians that support this nonsense are still in office, I'm not gonna care about Portland, dude. The people voted for this. You guys get what you get. Right? Anyways, let's read the story. Yet another riot declared in Portland on 33rd night of trouble. 200 strong mob of protesters. Nah, man, they're rioters, man. Stop saying protesters. Rallying for Black Lives Matter and the total abolition of prison system and police force torched city's famous Multnomah, or I think Multnomah. I think you pronounce it Multnomah. Again, I'm not familiar with the pronunciation. I'm gonna say Multnomah. Okay. They basically torched the city's famous Multnomah building. But I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised. That's what happens in Portland. Portland police declared yet another riot Tuesday night on the 83rd consecutive day of riots, not protests, Elimo. Stop using protests. It's riots, man. After a 200-strong mob of rioters torched the city's famous Multnomah building. The group had marched to the county seat of government for the first time, smashing windows and sparking blaze by pushing lit newspapers through the windows. One image shows rioters had marked the window to the building with the graffiti "Aim Here." Demonstrations that often turn violent have racked Oregon's biggest city for more than 2 months following the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Video taken from Tuesday night shows rioters calling for no cops, no prisons, total abolition. It's insane, man. That's why I don't support them. According to Oregon Live, the demonstration remained peaceful for more than an hour. Miracle it was peaceful for at least an hour. But rioters started to set fire to dumpsters and broke windows, and after about an hour, small fires could be seen inside the building. Police said lighter fluid was also sprayed into the Multnomah. People could be seen throwing stones through the windows, followed by flaming materials, setting the office ablaze. Some were carrying shields and wearing helmets and gas masks, according to law enforcement. Police later tweeted to tell rioters that the gathering had been declared a riot, ordering those there to disperse. There were also reports of a stabbing and a shooting in the city overnight. 2 people were arrested: 23-year-old Jesse Hawk and Peter Curtis, who was 40. Hawk was charged with riot interfering with a peace officer. Interfering with a peace officer, resisting arrest, unlawful use of a weapon, assaulting a public safety officer, harassment, disorderly conduct, and attempted escape. Curtis was charged with attempted criminal mischief and reckless endangering. Here's some of the pictures, man. Here's some of the pictures. But like I said, man, I don't know what to tell you. From what I know is that these people, they're not gonna stop. Like I said, man, when they said abolish the police, I was like, it's not gonna stop there. It's not going to stop. It's gonna go something further. Abolish prison systems. But again, man, I don't know what to tell you. Are you guys surprised by this? I'm not. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, share this video. Now, we'll see you guys in a bit to the video that I did promise you earlier in regards to Trump and Kimberly Kasich and Laura Loomer. I'll see you guys in a bit.